Hello anime lover, so today I will recommend you top 5 most anticipated upcoming anime that will releasing on October 2024. Let's start with number 5. If My Wife Becomes an Elementary School Student. Yes, you heard it right. The story follows Keisuke Nijima, who lost his beloved wife Takai 10 years ago. The only family Keisuke is left with is his only daughter Mai. They have been in a state of despair since Takei's death. Keisuke, since then, doesn't feel alive and is seen as a gloomy man. He and his daughter are living in the same house but live very separate and do not communicate well. One evening, an elementary school girl appears in front of Nijima's house claiming to be the reincarnation of Takai. At first they don't believe her, of course, but the girl continues to give them information that only the family knows. Keisuke and Mai soon recognize her as Takai and the three begin to act together as a family. And before you ask, no, it doesn't go into anything bad. The anime is scheduled for October 2024. Number 4. Goodbye, Dragon Life. In the story, long, long ago, the strongest dragon who had lived through eternity allowed himself to be killed by some hero. And then, he realized himself to be reborn as Dolan, living in a faraway village as a normal person. Even though life in the village is simple, working the field, hunting forest animals, filled his heart with joy he never experienced in his whole life as a dragon. One day, when he's patrolling the forest near his village, he meets Selena, a creature who's part human and part snake called a Lamia. Both start to become friends. However, they face lots of challenges from outside forces like Demon's King Army. From synopsis, it's looking like Veldora getting reincarnation, and I think it will be more good if they don't add harem. Goodbye, Dragon Life anime series is set to release in October 2024. Number 3. Yakuza Fiancé. The story follows Sume Yoshino, a high school girl who was born and raised in a Yakuza family. She is the granddaughter of the leader of the Osaka-based Somei group. Although her family environment is unique, she has spent her days quietly and peacefully. This all changes when she finds out that her grandfather has arranged for her to be married to the heir of another Yakuza family. Despite her best efforts to annul the arrangement, Yoshino has to go to Tokyo to visit her fiancé, Kirishima Miyama. He warmly welcomes Yoshino, and in such a calm, pleasant, unexpectedly nice and charming young man during their first meeting, that nobody would suspect that he comes from a Yakuza family. This puts Yoshino at ease even though she was initially feeling insecure in this unfamiliar place. But then, a certain event leads to Yoshino witnessing the real Kirishima. However, this isn't Yoshino's first time dealing with the world of the Yakuza. You may don't like the animation, but the story is good and interesting. The series will begin airing on October 7th. Number 2. The most notorious talker runs the world's greatest clan. The protagonist Noel longs to be a seeker like his heroic grandfather, slaying the beasts that emerge from abysses and exploring far-off lands. But Noel's job that appeared in the appraisal was the support class Talker. Talker is a job with the weakest individual with no combat skills whatsoever. He decides to create the strongest clan and become the clan master. Then he will essentially be the strongest. Thinking that, Noel worked hard persistently to fulfill his ambition, and with Noel's distinct talent attracted many powerful people, and they began to gather under him. A cunning, ruthless boy does whatever it takes to leave his mark on the world. The story is quite interesting and good premise, although let's see how closely it sticks to the story. The series will broadcast in October 2024. Number 1. Loner Life in Another World. The protagonist Haruka was suddenly summoned to another world one day along with all his classmates. When God enters the picture, who selected them to become heroes? The god allowed each of the students to pick a special skill of their choice. Haruka believes he can just choose whatever cheat skill, but, contrary to his expectations, his classmates pick out all the cheat skills. His choice is now limited to leftovers, so God allowed him to keep all remaining skills the other students didn't pick. Despite not having a single powerful skill, Haruka makes use of his multiple abilities to live a lonely and comfortable life in the other world, until his classmates start having trouble trying to deal with their new environment and conflicts between them, forcing him to take action and help them. It is comedy fantasy series with bunch of wannabe harem members. The anime series will broadcast in October 2024. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe.